Hello and welcome to episode 7 of our Eduz-Vacyn campaign, where we are in the middle of fighting, I think, just about literally every other tag in Bulwar. There's a couple up here in the north that we are not at war with, and a little bit right here of some orcs up in the far reaches of the hills of Bulwar that we are not at war with. But other than that, we are at war with everybody. It is because we are all investigating each other to see who blew up the meeting at Samartal, the ball. We are in the middle of a religious incident known as the Samartal Masquerade, where someone tried to relieve the tension between the Sun Cult nations, but it did not work, and somebody bombed it, and we're trying to figure out who exactly did so. And so we are at war with Irlium, Elias, Varmhar, Bersartan, Shis, which is a bit of a problem, and Asgavard, but they're not really significant. We have 43% war score on Irlium at the moment. Now, one of the downsides is our vassals are not currently at war with Irlium. We did inherit these two marches as subject after we full annexed Sariand. So we are still trying to deal with the kind of backside of that because we don't have any of this court up yet. It's all been occupied for pretty much the whole war. So I was thinking about what peace deal we want to do with Irlium, and I'm thinking this is going to be it. Now, we're almost to the point where we can take this. We're very, very close. This will not only give us a mountain fort here, but allow us to build one here, which is a very strong position to be in. I suppose if I was really feel like I need to get out, I could do this, but I also kind of want some money out of them. Now, we are close to being able to do so. We're currently sieging down this province right here, and I'm hoping that that means that we have a little bit of time until we have to absolutely piece them out. We're not going to have enough admin points. We're going to have lots of rebels that come out of this kind of section of our history, but it is what it is. I don't really think I have much of a choice. It's got to happen at some point. Samartal investigation, buyer spills the beans. The buyer did not seem a tough man, but he lasted a long time under the torturer's care before he gave in. It seems a group approached him several years ago with a large sum of money. They requested that he use the money to buy a specific object, the orb, from a certain store and to hold on to said object until one of them sent for him. He was to keep the remaining money for himself, not an insubstantial sum, as payment and hush money to never talk about this exchange to anyone. He did not know the identities of the people whom he got the orb for, but he did have a location where he went to drop the orb off some months ago. Get some soldiers together, we found their hideout. Alright, that means that the global investigation is at 50%. We're halfway done. Alright, if this fort could fall, we can probably piece out for what I'm looking for here. I do get a wall breach on their capital. I'm really, really hoping that it'll be alright here. 49%. There we go. That's 52% war score from Irlium. Now, technically, I should also do Samartal investigation here, which is going to slow us down even more, unfortunately. I can't afford to split up because I'm at war with so many people. I don't know where all of their troops are. But we can go and contest their capital. Apparently, we are also able to take Miltech as well. Kind of smack them down. Puts them back on 56% war score. We're at -4. Alright. Well, let's get some occupations done then, and we'll see what we can do. Our capital is under siege by Varmhar right now. Not a huge deal. They won't take it fast enough. I hope. I really hope. These troops are probably dead. Considering that Elizna is making their way over to them, there's really not much I can do. Yeah, they're probably just cooked, unfortunately. Maybe they don't get wiped, but I would not bet on it. Uh-oh. Here we go. Can't take this province. I don't really care. I'll take a little bit of cash. And the investigation in Irlium is over, and so they will now progress faster, which is what we want. The most important thing for me to core up at the moment is this. I need to unsiege these so I can start those sieges as well. Yeah. Don't have the greatest hope for these mercs. Won't lie. They do alright, actually. They live, at the very least. That's gotta count for something. Alright, we will actually go ahead and take this tech. Actually, I am going to not do that. Instead, I'm going to do some development in our capital because that will complete a mission. We need 30 dev for the struggle. 30 dev and patron of the arts. So, Eduz-Vacyn, the Temple of the Many Paintings, has been restored, but its walls, in the past covered by exquisite works of art made by the master artists of old, are now plain white. While we mourn for the art lost, it is also an opportunity for the masters of today to use the abilities Samaral granted them to ornament his house. For that reason, we have commissioned Turin, the greatest artist in all of Bulwar, to create a great mural behind the main altar, depicting the struggle, the fight of Samaral against the malevolent dark and its armies. A skill 3 Anbennar advisor, which is stab cost, and 50% cheaper, and for 25 years we gain 15% local tax in our capital. And we are making 5 ducats a month, so we can't actually afford this advisor, which is unfortunate. If we were at peace, we probably would be able to. But we are not at peace, and so we will have to simply live with it. Alright, we need to go and unsiege this stuff. We're going to try and steal this siege as well. Alright. I really need more events that give me more admin points. For Sardanshus has honestly just been very annoying this entire war. They just keep showing up, like, after I've moved to fight someone else. But I have 24% war score on them, so I can probably... Like, doing the Samartal investigation would be nice, but I'm just going to piece them out, because they're honestly just more annoying than it's worth. I can't really do much with them. It's going to cost 157 admin decor. Oof. That's what I got. That's all I got for that one. Oof. You're at minus 21. Let's have you move here, and you go steal this siege. There we go. That gives us a free siege tick there. Our other mercs are making their way back. Jad Zealots are very unfortunate. They are going to convert that land back because there's no fort in range, though there should be a fort in range there. There should be a fort on this province right here that we have not yet built. So, that is unfortunate. Unfortunate? Get it? Get it? I know, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Alright, now from Varmhar, I don't think we actually take anything. Probably just money and an investigation progress. Because we're already so far behind when it comes to everything else that probably not worth staying in. Empty hideout discovered. We found the hideout that the buyer described. Sadly, it seems to have been gone for at least a few weeks. Our investigators pored over the space and determined from the level of dust present that they must have left sometime just after the Samartal incident. It also appears as though they left in great haste, leaving some furniture and papers and other things behind. Among the remains, one soldier found a note, written in some kind of code. Our investigators were able to decipher it and discover it to be the directions to the new hideout location. I believe that means we're at 75% now, right? 67%. Alright, let's go grab their capital. Luckily, Eliza is fighting my troops. And we have the Amazon horse race. Okay. Today marks the beginning of the grandest contest in all Bulwar, the Great Amazon Horse Race. Candidates from all over the continent arrive... I lost my spot already. Arrive in hopes of participating in claiming victory and glory for their people. Any jockey chosen shall get the occasion to demonstrate his nation's prowess in horse wrangling through his own skill and discipline. For the winner, a grand prize, and for the public, a great day of excitement, but also fortune, as the Amazon horse race is the most extravagant gambling event in all Bulwar. From Bahari lords flush with Azka Evern gold, to the richest silk merchants of Zanbar, to the heads of the Bulwar's 12 families. None escape the chance to win, or lose, some coin, and many people have caused or escaped financial ruin due to the immense amount of wealth exchanged here. Only one question remains: who shall be your champion? Well, on stream we usually vote on which one to choose, and then we choose that for the rest of the run. So we'll kind of go with that same idea. Obviously we can't vote because you guys are watching a video, which means it'd be too late for you guys to vote. So I think we just go with the green one. Our nation's green. Green? Surely it'll be all right. And we always go all in. 120 crowns? Easy. Give me my last 120 crowns. We always go all in. And it's that easy. It's that easy. Sweet! The referee whistles and the races are off. At the start of the race, no jockey can go much further than any other, but white seems to have a slight lead. In this kind of race, the jockeys really get the occasion to show their skills by gaining slight advantages, calling out meters like a Kalibi haggles for coins. And orange and purple seem to be the best at this, while white's previous lead seems to have been just a fluke. Nearing the end of the race, most jockeys are still quite close to each other when suddenly, orange breaks off from the pack and recklessly charges forward. The rest of the racers see this and hurry their horses forward in a desperate attempt at victory. Although orange tries to use his sudden acceleration to win the race, green does manage to steal the victory from him, slippery as the desert fish himself. Close behind them, purple arrives almost at the same time as blue. Further behind still arrives white in last place. That was the peak. Nothing escapes the eye of an expert like me, and that is very, very easy 720 crowns. It's that easy, okay? Simply predict the fast horse. No problems. You go there. So that fort's there. We're also going to need one in Myrmidon. So let's build that fort. About to max out on Diplo points. There's probably other places that need to be developed though, right? Yeah, you do. Oh, yes. I need to put this over here for a mission as well. I can just go through and make sure that we have this everywhere. These 3 provinces are all wool. So I could go for cheaper governing costs here. The Order of Judges. I'll go for the Servants of Suriel, though. You can never really go wrong with Diplo Dev. Just more money. And Varmhar's going to fight our rebels for us. It's very kind of them. Eliza's doing stuff down there. Unfortunately, Azka Everin is not really within our reach at the moment while we're fighting Varmhar. But there's the siege of Varmhar's capital. So, sue for peace, give me your war reps, and give me your money. And apparently that's it. Is the incident over? No. Oh, it's because they declared war on me. That's why. I mean, you're in this war. I could transfer provinces over to Azkabar. I think I will. There we go. You can get that. You can get that. You can even give Transbaranan over. And getting up to have a border with Gelkalis would be kind of nice. Ooh, you know what else I want to do? It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter because they're already moved into the Forbidden Plains. So grab those 2. And let's get these 2 provinces occupied as well. And this over to Azkabar. Because I was going to feed Azkabar some land down here, but I'm going to core that up. So we'll feed them something else. Really hoping for some events that give me some admin points here. Really, really hoping. Yeah, they won't quite accept all of that, but they would accept me taking their capital. We'll take it. Thank you. Very good. Moving back into our territory. Azka Everin probably pieces out if I just go step on his capital, so let's go try that. You go on siege there. You're dealing with rebels, making sure that it can actually get sieged down. Now we just have a Lysna to deal with, being a kind of pain. But that is doable. There we go. Thank you for the 100 admin points. That is exactly what we need. So now, sort by overextension, and I can get at least a decent amount of them done. We're also no longer completely overextended, as in over 100, so that's good. Now, if I take this, I could do an investigation. How long is it going to take for us to... You know what? Just siege them down. It's fine. There's some peasants. I don't know... Okay, they're Vorkugulan peasants. I don't care about that as much. Now, Vorkugulan is a subject of ours, but... We're kind of in the middle of a war here, so... Can only do so much. Samartal investigation. New hideout raided. The new hideout was found, surrounded, and attacked. They were not prepared to have us breaking their doors down, and we managed to take them out fairly quickly, with minimal casualties. Their leader was apprehended and now awaits the torturers in the dungeons. Perhaps all those at Samartal will finally be avenged. So you know what? We're almost done here. Ooh, he has a war wizard too. Can't complain about that. I had a war wizard for quite a long time. Religious doctrine, state loyalty, and a diplomat. Temples and cathedrals give more local tax. I like more diplomats, even though I'm not using any of them right now. We can start improving all of our subjects. Okay, let's send you to there. You to there. Get that unsieged. Now, I do actually want to take land from Eliza here. Preferably everything they own in Bulwar proper would be nice. That's kind of the idea. This technically isn't in Bulwar. But I will probably take it in the peace deal just because it's not in Bulwar, but it makes this look so weird. Like, this looks way better than this when it comes to borders. Or we could just try... We could just stay completely inside Bulwar. I don't know. We'll see. We need to get through this stuff. I don't need all of these troops here. Actually, I don't. Don't need them all in the siege at the very least. I doubt he has the gusto to attack us, if you understand what I'm saying. Election of a new Kashra. Lived to 75 years old. Shout out to Uratim, but it's time for a new one. The priests give it 50 admin points. That alone is very tempting. The Penusius area. I mean, that's also very tempting to gain one Diplo dev here. That's a lot of money, but I'm going to take the admin points. A 2-2-3. Well, they are a zealot, I suppose. That's rather disappointing. That's two not very good rulers in a row. That is just the problem with theocracies, is you don't really have a choice on how good or bad your rulers are going to be. And I know, yes, there is the government reform that you can get late in the game where you can see the stats, but by the time you get there, it doesn't even matter. Like, by that time, it's kind of Jover anyways. War ups, money. Thank you. Bring you guys together and bring you down to Bulwar. Can't afford a level 2, so I'll take a level 1. Alright, that brings us down to only one war right now. Could take a divine idea, and we will. Minus 30% cost of enforcing religion through war, and minus 10% culture conversion cost. For the most part, pretty useless. Like, cost enforcing religion through war is fine, but I mean, how often am I really going to do that? Not very often. I'd rather just, like, take their land or something. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I didn't mean to actually take this fight. It's not a good fight for me to take. But it is just mercs, and apparently my troops are better than Elizna's, so we'll take it. Make sure that we don't have too many guys going into the siege. The rest of you can get this stuff occupied. Elizna down to minus 16%, or I'm at minus 16% war score, but they are on medium war enthusiasm. The problem is I can't really take their capital. Their capital is on an island, and I do not have a navy at all. But I especially don't have a navy over here because I don't even have a coastline, which is going to cause some issues for us, undoubtedly. I like that 6,000 troops here. Let's go say hello to them. It'll be a nice reunion. We'll just say hello. It'll be fine. All right, start coring that up, and then Harklem will need to be cored up. Boy, oh boy, expensive. Oh, am I also over governing capacity? Oh, I am over governing capacity. Shoot. Cancel that. Let's give the Berkapti governing capacity, and that will make coring that a little bit cheaper. Can also lower war exhaustion, but I'm not all too concerned about that. Alright, this should be a wipe on Eliza's troops here. We can even sortie out just to ensure that they get got. They do not get wiped. That's very sad. You used to have Kogzala as a vassal, and they are loyal. Samartal investigation. Leader reveals everything. Under duress, the leader revealed it all. Their group was an organization put together in secret by members of the Old Sun Cult, who have long since been pushed underground. Their goal was to destabilize the Chosen by causing strife between the Elven rulers and by agitating the people who follow them. Once the Chosen and their followers were too embroiled in wars with each other, the Old Sun Cultists would rise up and show the angered people that the Elves were not unbeatable and that they could still have a unified human-led bulwark. They only had to rise up and take it. Naturally, we hanged him from the palace balcony at dawn the next day, and our advisors wrote a speech, which was given in every town and city in the country, about how the dangerous group who attacked Samartal were demon worshippers who sought chaos and destabilization. But now that their threat is gone, the people can rest easy knowing that they are safe again, and that the victims of Samartal attack are avenged. This is not entirely the truth, but it will serve us far better than the truth would have. There now remains the issue of the countries we investigated. Should we attempt to make amends with them? No. We do, though, get a white piece with Eliza. Which, honestly, I'd rather have not gotten a white piece with them. But, hey, there's only so much that you can do. Rival Laurent, rival you, and we will rival Eliza. Samartal investigations come to a close. With the investigations coming to a close around Bulwar, there's rarely been a time when tensions between nations were so high. With everyone accusing everyone else, and then finding that none of them were responsible in the first place, many monarchs feel personally attacked or slighted. The hopes of the late Duke Kellador that all of Bulwar's problems could be solved through diplomacy and friendship seem to have died with him at Samartal. Diplomats are being thrown out of courts as suspected secret investigators or spies, and new wars have broken out in several places where once there was peace and trust. The terrorists certainly accomplished the first half of their goal. Will Bulwar ever know real peace or trust again? We followed our investigations anywhere they led us. After all, we had no idea who could have done this. Perhaps disgruntled humans, as was the case in the end. Perhaps greedy elves who wish to destabilize us for some other reason. It is not as though elves are any less capable of such gruesome tactics than humans. The tragedy of Samartal will be remembered for generations to come. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, well that is the end of that religious incident. And now we need to let some time pass. Pretty badly. This state, I believe, needs to have Servants of Samaral. Yes, there it is. That completes the Artists of the Temples. And then I need to own Brisson or Anzabad. One or the other. Okay. Artists of the Temple. Our temples are not only places of worship, but places of industry, too. Each day, hundreds of artisans work in Samaral's name for the temple, creating everything from utilitarian tools, supplies, and furniture to masterful works of art like paintings and gold crafts. The most pious artisans are members of the Servants of Samaral, a holy order focused on the improvement of the crafting arts. By expanding the gemstone mines of Erebus and the facilities of the Servants of Samaral in our land, we will increase the glory of Samaral and the coffers of the temple. Unlocks the Servants of Samaral Holy Order interaction. I don't know exactly what that means. Here we go. So in Far Bulwar, the Servants of Samaral... we can get local goods produced in incense, cloth, silk, paper, and glass in the region. Now that is very good. Silk, gems, paper... I mean, it'll definitely make us some money. For 5 temple power when we're sitting at 100, there's no reason for me not to do so. Right now, we're making 6.58. Making 7.18. Not bad. Not bad for 5 temple power. I will take more admin points, though. Thank you. Literally cannot have enough admin points at this moment in time. Especially because I'm about to lose more admin, because I'm about to lose some stab. On you specifically. Sorry. But I need to integrate you at some point, so I need to unmarch you. I could sell seas and do a bit of development here, honestly. Sell seas, and then these provinces out here need a bit of dev. There we go. Upgrade that to level 2 now. And that's at 20% crown land. Perfect. I should probably go to war with Zaka. How many troops would they have? 5. Alright, we'll just send our mercs to deal with them. And our regular troops can stay here and deal with any rebels that want to rise up in this region. Now, these are all gnolls, but they're all accepted, so it should be fine. We'll probably need to go through and lower autonomy in a bunch of spots again. I also want to go to war with the Wild Hunt here sooner rather than later. So we're going to convert this, and then I think we need to build a fort here. It really depends on how safe do I want to play it. You know? Like, I could play it very safe and build forts all over the place, or I could not spend that money and spend it on something else. Really, really just depends. None of those are worth it. A couple manpower buildings are worth it, however. These temples are pretty good. Let's build a mage tower in our capital. Actually, it doesn't really matter. I don't get the benefits from having mages. There was a province that we need to build a bunch of stuff in, though, wasn't it? There's a couple. Harbon needs a temple and a marketplace. Build a temple there. And I believe it's Eduz-Vacyn also needs something, but I don't know where that mission is. Sand Demon City, that's it. Temple, marketplace, workshop, and dock. Sure. We have to develop it a bunch. Which is rather unfortunate, considering it's in a very bad spot. In the middle of the desert, but hey, it is what it is. I can actually probably afford to hire that level 3 stab guy now. So I will do that. Now, Damascus, you're not willing to become my vassal. I understand that. I also don't have claims on you, but you are in Bulwar. Though I do want to, at some point, be able to take my infrastructure ideas. Though maybe I'd rather go admin, considering how much land we're taking. I don't know. I may switch it over to admin, honestly. We'll see how it goes. Right, mission fulfilled. The judges of Azkabar. Azkabar is either owned by us, or the owner has 120 opinion of us. One of the most venerable of the holy orders of Bulwar, the traveling judges hold the responsibility of protecting the peoples of Bulwar by bringing the light of the law to every corner of the garden. Millennia ago, they established their seat in the city of Azkabar, where the most senior members reside, and when any novice of the order must complete the trials before becoming a judge. Traditionally, the temple gave basic formation to the novices, but in the last century, each judge trained their students while traveling. If we manage to convince the judges to restore the schools of the temple, it would be easier for us to support their endeavors, since their duty is more necessary than ever in these dark times. Till the end of the game, Khufu gets -3 local unrest and -15% stab cost modifier. Then Law of the Temple. Culture is Sarani. It needs a Order of the Judges. And then one in the Mashnase needs an Order of the Judges. And one of the Zanite needs an Order of the Judges. That is fine. Problem. I need to unstate this and restate it. Yeah? Why can't I core the provinces here? Am I missing something? I unstated it. It's now a half state. But how do I... Oh, because Zaka has a core there. Gotcha. A couple missions we can complete, though. Restore the Saran canals. So, along the Saran River, we've built a bunch of canals. We need 5 Diplodeb and a workshop built there. In Bulwari mythology, Saran was Suriel's wife, and her waters filled our lands with life when he decided to make Bulwar his garden. From time immemorial, the temples have been in charge of laying and maintaining the canals that irrigate the upper Saran plain, but since Zaka's invasion, the canals have fallen into disrepair. The goddess Saran fell to the darkness ages ago, but her wonders remain, and it is our duty to our god and his fallen wife to make sure the lands of the Sarani remain green, like the divine garden of old. Till the end of the game, 10% local production efficiency in all those provinces. We also have birthplace of a prophet, and the province of Harabad has the temple and the marketplace. In ancient times, before the Gnolls crossed the Salahad for the first time, the Hara Oasis was inhabited by our Harite cousins. Under the cities of the Gnolls lie the ruins of Bulwari cities, and it was in one of these cities that the prophet Hamura was born. Hamura, the first Kashra of Suriel, from which Asurik I claimed succession, left the Oasis to preach about Suriel's sacrifice and, more importantly, our duty as their children. With the Oasis under our control, we should build a great temple to Hamura's birthplace to commemorate the founder of our faith and the first chosen of Suriel. Create a level 1 center of trade in Harabad. Incense will now be produced here, and until the end of the game, we get minus 10% local dev cost and 20% local tax. Which is sweet. Now, I need to have a spy network on someone who's Zanite or Sun Elf and be at 90% of my force limit. Huh. Okay. Well, I need 17,000 more troops. So, let's get to work. We can go up to 4 cav here. We have the money. There we go. That should work. And I'm not sure exactly what it's going to do, but we can build a spy network on Elizna. They've allied Brisardinshus. Of course they have. Of course they have. Which is rather unfortunate, but I can beat them both. It's not a huge deal. Just kind of annoying. I can have 67,000 troops. So that's what we'll probably do, is we'll build a spy network on Elizna. We'll see what the mission does, and then we'll continue our expansion to Elizna and Irlium, and we're just going to keep pushing through Bulwar into the high development part of Bulwar, which is going to be rough for our admin points, but hey, you get admin points to spend admin points, right? But that is going to be it for today. I would like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.